where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning into real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Show here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Meat Cat Body by Divisional.
And look, the gang's all here. And Will's almost back on. He's having internet issues. He's got his Cricket wireless going. All right, I got my buddies here. I got DC, Bistrilla the Thrilla, Bill and Keegan Eckert, Ralph Williams, the Bearded Packer fan, Kitty Ken Catalone, Chicken Nugget King Joseph Jones, and Will Vogel. And congratulations, Chicken Nugget, on seeing your first short on Lions Nation Unite the other day. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a good thing that I'm a part of the team, and I'm happy to be a part of the team. Hey, if you really want to go check out our gear, make sure you check out our gear at lionsnationunite.com. Go there, go get it. Lions fans, it's definitely exclusive for you, so go out there and get it right now and keep supporting us.
Cool. Somebody rolling a spliff.
Sounded like it. I heard that. That sounded like a spliff or a grinder going. I heard all that. Last night I had a good time. I was invited on to Lions Avenue with Walter Stringer, and we got to get into the Commanders side of things last night.
Commanders.
Yep. And, their 30th run defense doesn't impress me much. They're giving up 140 yards average per ground, and they gave up another 100 last week to Tampa Bay, most of it being Bucky Irving, the rookie.
Well, he is a good running back for a rookie.
Yeah, I just saw the Tom Brady will be announcing this game.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Cool. I think it's gonna be great for us to, get the run game going effectively, knowing that, this team, the Commanders, they had trouble with Bucky Irving. They had a lot of trouble with him, stopping him. And, the result was the win, but they just couldn't stop him. They couldn't figure out a way. So this team, has a problem with the run. Now that you got Montgomery and Gibbs, together, and, sharing the splits of yardage and carries that they'll get, they'll definitely have some fun with this.
Well, as always, it's going to be. We ain't worried about the offense. The offense probably to score about 35 on them anyway. It's just the Lions are just like that, so I'm not worried about the offense.
Yep, but let's talk about last week's games. Let's start off with the first one that started it off. The Chargers versus the Texans. Justin Herbert, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Seriously. Oh my God.
I can't put him in my top 10 until he can win a playoff game legitly. I can't. Not anymore. I'm ranking it up there with the Trevor Lawrence type of thing. Great in the regular season, falls apart.
Yep.
What do you think there, Steve?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he played that bad. I really was, because he's been extraordinary throughout the whole. He was in MVP talks at one point of the season. So I don't know what happened to him. He just shit the bed. I don't know. Said, "Fuck it, I'm not playing." I don't know what happened to him. What's up, Ken? How are you, sir?
Smoking Dad. I got to get this turned down. We got to hear his music.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I didn't even turn that board on yet. Here we go. And away we go.
Heck yeah.
Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, where what's wrong with him sometimes? No, but in the playoffs, he has done way less than most quarterbacks. Remember, Trevor Lawrence's only win was against Justin Herbert because of Riley Patterson.
Yep.
And Trevor Lawrence didn't have a good game that game either.
That dude never has a good game.
Oh, and then we had the Broncos show up, and it started out just like I said. Big defensive play, gets the Broncos the ball, they score right away. Looks like it's going that way, and then all of a sudden, Buffalo's defense woke up and said, "Nope, you're a rookie."
Yeah.
That's what I saw. Did anybody else see it any differently than that?
They woke up and said, "You're a rookie. Welcome to the NFL." And I wanted to say something real quick on that Chargers game. Man,
Okay.
Herbert laid an egg. 4 picks. 4 picks. And then the Texans have had a really mediocre year. Like last year, everyone's raving, "Oh, this team is going to be so good for years and years to come." And they just hit for some reason, a stall this year. And Herbert just laid an egg. He laid a big egg.
In his defense, that whole secondary got healthy for this game too.
That is true. That is true. Very true.
And that we said at the beginning of the year that secondary was going to be good. I'm just talking about the Texans with who was on that roster. We thought the secondary was going to be much improved from the year before because that's why they lost in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and two of them 4 picks. And 2 of them 4 picks he threw, they bounced off receivers' hands. Usually the ones that catch them. That was another bad thing. And receivers were dropping all kinds of balls. So,
yeah, Quentin Johnson went back to his rookie year. That's what happened.
the whole team did, yeah.
And man, it was just an off game. I was at the point where I was like, man, let Brendan Rice take Quentin Johnson's spot. It can't be any worse.
Like you said, everyone has a off game because when we played the Texans, Jared Goff threw 5 picks and we still won. He had an off game.
But at the same time, 3 of those we already discounted because they were two defensive plays right away, and the other one was a Hail Mary, which is a 20% play at the end of the half.
Yeah.
A 20% play that after that 20% successful, that other 80% is 60% an interception. Do you guys realize that on a Hail Mary? So when you're just chucking it up, trying to get to the end zone, you're going to get picked more often than you're going to get the touchdown.
Yep.
Right.
That's the
love it,
Unless your
Ricky.
name is Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, that guy's got a 40% completion percentage on Hail Marys in his career. It's the highest of any quarterback for Hail Marys.
Oh, I know. They were all quite enjoyable.
And about
Tell you
20%
didn't
of
enjoy
those,
it when he got that one.
20% of those are referee aided.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's gonna cut Quentin Johnson. That dude is ass. Harbaugh never forgets TCU.
He won't cut him though. He had a good year. He just, like I said, everybody just screwed up at the same time with
it,
the charges.
it was called poor execution on a sophomore slump by everybody else with Justin doing Justin things.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He did his best impression of Justin Fields.
Oh, absolutely, he did. He did.
Yes.
And I think Rex Ryan said that it was a bye week for the Chargers, and it definitely was because they got bounced out.
Thank you, Robert Wardell. Good to see you in here again, Mr. Seahawk.
And they, I think they played like what the Jaguars played like last year in the first half.
Oh, I said the same thing. Smoking Dad's on it today. Look at this. He goes, I see the Rams must have watched our game footage against the Vikings because they pretty much pressured Darnold the way we did, but they got home. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
And the difference is they've got Jared Verse, Brandon Visky, and their whole complement healthy on the front four.
No,
Yeah.
your dad said Darnot, not Darnold. He said
I know.
Darnot.
I know. I corrected it because I'm trying not to talk shit too much to the Viking fans.
Why not?
I don't want to make them all angry with me.
Oh, well, you know.
Hello, all. Is it Saturday yet? King SJ, I wish. Michael Huck, good to see you. So then we go on after the Broncos game. The Steelers lay an egg in Baltimore.
Oh my God. They let King Henry do what King Henry's done all year. Run all
But
over
King Henry
them.
wasn't even a factor after halfway through the third quarter. They just stopped running him because they didn't need to anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, once your offense is flowing with Derrick Henry, you're going to be hard to stop. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, well, the Steelers
Thank
did it
you,
again
Robert.
because what happened was, that for some strange reason, Terrell Austin doesn't like to blitz very much, and so that's what happens there. And usually we contain Lamar Jackson, we contain Derrick Henry. Last two games we played against them, we haven't been able to do either one. So, the Steelers get what they deserve, and that's this.
And you know what I forget about this year? Going into this game, after the game, and I don't know how I forgot it. I just wasn't thinking. Both Wilson and Fields were on 1-year deals.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about that, with them being on 1-year deals, Fields should have played this game. Fields should have definitely got a play or two in this game.
He did.
Yeah.
He did get a player or two in his game.
He did?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Because after the way the Ravens put a hurting on them, it seemed like it was just not watchable after that. I'm like, oh, okay, this game's over.
Paul Jones, I've actually broke it down to even less than that. He said that if Henry gets 20 carries, the Ravens win. It's actually 15. All he needs is 15 carries. Every single game they lost this year, he had 13 carries or less. So 15 carries or more, they win the game 90% of the time.
Here's the thing that bothers me, guys, is the fact that we have a head coach that's been a head coach for 18 years, and we still have clock management problems. We still have communication problems, and we still have, players acting immature problems. So those are three problems that shouldn't go on with a coach that's been in the league for 18 years. And I don't want to hear nothing from anybody that, we'll take Mike Tomlin in a minute. You can have him. No, you can have mediocrity because we're tired of it here. Some of us.
Yeah, so what's the temperature of that right now? I mean, Rooney's probably won't fire him, right?
No, he's got 2 years left on his contract. Here's the story I found out: is he's got a son in college that's in Yale, I believe, or Princeton, or one of them places, and supposedly the University of Pennsylvania. And as soon as his son graduates from college, he has 2 years left on his contract. His son has 2 years left of college. As soon as he graduates from college, I hear he's stepping away after this contract, this contract. So, but we got to wait 2 years now. So,
damn, that sucks.
I think Arthur Smith is a garbage OC, dude. He really is horrible.
He is. He's terrible.
Yoli!
Just
What's up,
horrible.
Yoli?
Yoli! Yoli Cruz, top fan from Huddle Sport. I don't care if she's a Packer fan. She's my friend.
No,
Hey,
I
you can't.
agree with you about Arthur Smith. And in fact, Arthur Smith is interviewing for the Bears job and he's interviewing for the Jets job. So I hope he gets some praise. He gets one of them so he can get out of here.
Oh, hopefully he gets.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully he gets the Bears job so we can whoop his ass.
The Lions fans in Green Bay and then Minnesota can continue to beat up on him. There you go.
I
Right.
And Green Bay can get their win back.
And then, so that pretty much covers all three of the AFC games. The Chargers failed.
Yeah, Chargers
Broncos
blew it.
failed.
I didn't think they were going to blow it that bad.
I didn't think they.
Yeah.
I didn't give the Texans a shot in this game. I'm not gonna lie. The way they played all season, they were so up and down. The offense was more inconsistent.
I've said this many times, though, Jeremy, and I think you'll agree with me on this, and that's the fact that when the playoffs come, it's a whole new season. So, if D'Amico Ryans told his team that and Jim Harbaugh forgot to, that could be the case,
Right. That being said, like I said, the Texans' offense was so inconsistent this year. You couldn't count on it to be like it was versus the Chargers. And the Chargers' defense had been good all year. So we thought, oh, this should be a cakewalk.
Yes.
Chargers take it easily. Boy, did they fool us.
And then I'm reading Khalil Mack is pondering retirement.
I mean, at this point,
As he should be.
And he should.
he should.
I think the Texans can win this weekend. It depends on how well they play in the cold. That's all I got to say, because it's going to be cold, windy, and there's a wind chill happening in the middle of January in Kansas City again. Go figure.
Is it the night game? I can't remember.
No,
It's not.
I don't think that one was the night game. Is it the Bills-Raven the night game?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm not so
I
sure
can look.
because if they're playing,
I know that we're the
Well,
night game on
You know
Saturday
something,
night.
too? The Bills have been known to lay an egg, too. We're going to see, they might lay an egg against the Ravens.
So
But at the same
yeah,
time,
Bills and Ravens is night.
okay, so they're Sunday night,
Texans
right?
Chiefs is Texans Chiefs is 4:30.
Right.
I don't mean to be.
What's weird is they didn't put the AFC on one day and the NFC on the other day like they usually do. And I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
They split it up.
Well, welcome to Goodell's
But
NFL.
go ahead, B.
I don't mean to be say anything about certain things, Ralph, but what I saw from Pittsburgh, Houston could have beat them. That's how
I
bad
know.
they
No,
are.
I
think they made
deny
Baltimore. They made Baltimore look good. But
Oh, yeah,
you gotta
they
give
did.
it- Baltimore only scored 28 points, and you guys did score 14
Right.
against them. So I'm not
But at the same
going
time-
to put Baltimore on a pedestal until they beat Buffalo, until they beat Kansas City. Those are teams that they have to beat. They have never beat Kansas City before, so if they happen to beat Buffalo, which I think is going to be rough for them, I think Buffalo's defense is going to show up. I think they are.
But
I
I'll
don't know
say
if they're
one
going to
more
win,
thing,
but
too. We have the most expensive paid or the highest paid defense in the
Defense.
entire NFL, and we can't stop a pass play, we can't stop the run, and we don't sack the quarterback. So that's three reasons why something needs to be done here. And I hope Mike Tomlin is as sincere as he says he is, which I doubt it, that he says he's going to make changes. So, the janitor was fired today. So, I mean,
Yay!
So I was gonna add on to Chicken Nugget saying Arthur at the beginning of the season, like last off season, when you guys hired Arthur Smith and picked up Fields and Russ, I was hoping you guys would have hired someone from the Saints organization where you guys could run two quarterbacks.
yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was definitely expecting them to keep on with Fields because they were moving real. They were doing things real special with Fields. They were moving real hot. They were on fire at that point. And then when they took Fields out, it was like, okay, the rhythm's gone. The rhythm is off. Like, come on, they need to bring that rhythm back. And I'm not trusting in Russ to play another year because Russ is getting rusty. That's just me. But I would rather depend on Fields to play at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Because he was playing at a high level when he got there to Pittsburgh, and he was earning his minutes. He was earning his minutes, earning his strides, and doing things that he had to do on the field to become a better quarterback than what he was in Chicago.
Did you see Michael
Let's
Huck's
not forget
comment?
though. Let's not forget about Russ though. He was 6-1 before they went on that 5-game losing streak.
Yeah,
So
he was.
Right.
he did make.
I can't take that away from him.
Call. They did make the good call. Tomlin made a call, but what Tomlin messed up at when he started to see Russ and the offense getting stagnant, he either didn't add Justin to the
Well, you could have created
offensive
some
plays.
packages for him,
Right?
to have
Exactly.
come in more than just one play.
Yeah. I thought that's what he was supposed to be doing anyway. Didn't he say at the beginning?
Or maybe you can have Fields off the Wildcat. That would have been fun to watch.
That's what I suggested. Thank you, Shields.
That'd been right off the Wildcat.
Yes, yes.
I was gonna say use Fields as
Arthur
like a
Smith
Taysom
is
Hill.
worse than Matt Canada. We had Matt Canada here. He was terrible. And now Arthur Smith was even worse. Everybody thought, Arthur Smith, he did this in Tennessee, he did that. But you know what? He had Derrick Henry. He had Ryan Tannehill. He had some pretty good talent there,
JB,
So-
two things. Michael
Oh
Huck's
yes,
comment.
I have a. Yep, Pittsburgh looked so bad the Packers might have.
Yes, absolutely. I think a prison.
Yeah, I don't think that gets old.
I was gonna
I don't
say
think
you're
it
not
gets
gonna
old
get an
Ben very
argument
well.
out of me.
But yes, Patty, at the end of the show, I will sing the Lions fight song for you for your birthday.
you
I
go,
know it's
Patty.
your birthday today.
Uh,
He's a great fan. I'm working on getting all that stuff caught up with the website. They've been having issues with stock because they'll changeover and everything else, and now they're doing playoff jerseys. You know how it goes.
And I'm going to tell you guys this too. TJ Watt's getting frustrated. I saw in a press conference where he says he wants to win, and I have a weird feeling he's going to ask out of his contract, or whenever his contract's up in 2 years. I think he's going to walk if he doesn't. If at least we don't get close to the Super Bowl or something.
Come on down, TJ.
Yeah,
Come
Cam
on
Hayward.
down.
I mean, the Steelers want to know why these guys leave. They want a Super Bowl just like everybody else, and Mike Tomlin's supposed to be this great coach that every player wants to play for. And here we are.
Hey, quick question.
What does that mean?
How come I got a second Keegan?
A quick question to Ralph. What is the contract details off of TJ Watt? What's the contract details off that?
I think he's got 3 more years left. I think he's making about $50 million or something like that, I believe. And he's got 3 years left on his contract, or 2.
That was
Okay.
weird, Keegan. You were up there and you were froze, and you popped back in at the same time. And both of you were in there. I'm like, going, what the hell kind of doppelganger shit is this?
That's because my connection got bad.
but I feel-
hop out back in.
Chicken.
But I feel like
Yeah, that's
TJ Watt is an explosive DJ. He's definitely an explosive defensive player. TJ Watt is definitely a top 5 guy. I like what he does with Pittsburgh, but if he goes elsewhere, what could he look for? If you let him walk, you're losing a guy that could be very prominent to your defense.
Well, yeah. I mean, but see, he might want out of his contract because he wants to win, and I don't blame some of these guys. Money isn't everything in the NFL too. Some guys want Super Bowls. I mean, and that's, if you're not in this game to win the Super Bowl, as Bill Cowher once said, you shouldn't be in this game. All right, it's that simple. And a lot of guys won Super Bowls, and Mike Tomlin's not doing it. And the one Super Bowl he did win, he won with Bill Cowher's players. Okay. All his players that he's drafted and the free agents that he signed have done nothing. We haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and TJ Watt's been with this team since 2018 and still hasn't won a playoff game.
Okay,
Well,
JB, what were you saying?
I want to add to that. I was going to say,
Oh, hokey do. The Lions fight song should be Hair of the Dog.
Find Nazareth. What is
Nazareth.
Hey, that would be
Great
nice.
song.
I mean, I apologize for interrupting your show. I know you had an agenda here or whatever.
Yep, that's okay. Hey, I don't care. I enjoy talking football, and I let it go. Now we got to go to the NFC side of things. And boy, there was only one real game, and I predicted that would be the only real game.
and that was the Minnesota Rams
Hey,
game.
don't get mad at me. I said it was going to be a blowout either way, whether the Packers or Eagles won.
Yeah, the
and I
Packers
did say
Eagles
that.
too. Yeah.
I said it would be a blowout either way. 'cause
No, we did
Either
everything
one of them
possible to
had the-
lose the game.
Oh my God. I started watching. I was like, oh, there's a pick. Oh, touchdown.
Well,
Oh, there's a pick. Field
Well,
goal.
don't forget,
best
don't
thing,
forget, guys. The head coach Nick Sirianni for the Philly Eagles, Super Bowl are fired. So
That's what they say.
the one positive thing to take
how's
away
the
from that
OT
game is that
and
defense.
Georgia working out? Not good. Not at all, Brosky Bear. You're
Didn't he
talking about Broderick Jones. He's working out horribly. He gave up 2 sacks in this last game, and the last few games, penalties, giving up sacks. He's terrible. They need to move him back where he belongs, in left tackle, and I think that's where he'll be because Dan Moore's going to move on. Open door Moore.
The only reason why Broderick was starting because was Fatuanu got hurt.
Yeah. Fadamadu got hurt at the beginning of the year. Yes.
What are you doing? I'm trying to think what the other games.
Both our lines of scrimmage need some help
And
next
then,
year.
The other game. God, I can't even remember who it was. They played so bad.
Rams in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota only scored 9 points 2 weeks in a row, and for the first time in what did they say it was? 21 quarters. They scored a touchdown. Good Lord! And it wasn't even a good pass. If T.J. Hawkinson didn't make a circus catch, and what's funny is T.J. Hawkinson makes the circus catches, but you hit that sucker on a crucial third down right in the hands, he drops it.
The
True.
past 2 games, there has been 5 field goals and 1 touchdown for the
Right.
Vikings.
I don't know what happened to
You know-
Brian Flores' defense. It didn't seem to show up here in this game. for
I have-
Oh,
Minnesota.
it did not.
I have an interesting factoid about that. 7 times has a team scored 30 plus points. Now, versus the Rams. Do you want to know who they all were when Flores was the defensive coordinator? Number one was the Colts. The number one was the Colts last year. Remember when they came back being down 31 to whatever and beat them 33 to 31?
Yep.
And then it was the Lions twice last year, then the Lions this year, then the Rams right after that when they blew them out. Then it was the Lions again. Then it was the Rams right after the Lions again and blew them out.
Yeah.
So literally,
Yeah.
Lions were 4 of the teams, Rams was 2 of the teams, and the Colts were 1.
I can't remember
Yeah,
what the other game.
again,
Oh,
This game was a shocker to me. I mean, the Washington game was a shocker to me. I thought Tampa Bay would
yes,
beat them.
that's what the game was.
You know,
that was the game of the day. That was the game of the weekend, really. That was the game of the
Yes.
weekend.
Yeah.
I really got to say this, man. Rams having 9 sacks in this game. Crazy work. Crazy
Yes.
work.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I agree
Oh,
100% on that.
I told JB on his show, and he agrees wholeheartedly. That freaking O line of the Vikings a freaking turnstile every time. Sack. Guess what? Sack.
And the crazy part about it is that Jared Verse, he was having his way out there on that field.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I loved him
you
coming out of
literally
college.
you literally get 2 interceptions, 6 tackles for a loss, and then 4 sacks in that first half, and you dialed in with your defense by bringing a lot of pressure to Sam Darnold, throwing him off his rhythm.
The strip sack touchdown.
Yep, that strip sack touchdown. That was a fumble. That was a fumble right there.
Yeah.
You can't forget that either. They really played with great. They played with great precision. They played with great precision. They did great off defense, and they came with a great factor with it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't that remind you of what
I'm
Bruce
not-
Arians said when they asked how'd you keep the Chiefs from scoring a touchdown? When they literally asked him that after that Super Bowl when they beat them, what was it, 41-9?
Mm-hmm.
Was that the score? And he said,
Yep.
And I think Sean McVay did the same thing, but he's not going to give the credit out. He goes, Bruce Arians said, well, I just did what Detroit did in week 3. The difference is our offense is better.
And that was a fact.
What he said.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
And I think that's exactly what the Rams
So-
did. they did what we did. I'm not saying their offense was better because it was pretty much the same score. 9 points is all that they got. And did they? Yeah, they did score 31, didn't they?
No,
Wasn't
it's
it back?
27.
Oh, 27. They didn't get there. Okay. So there is only 6. I'm sorry. I forgot. I gave them 3 extra points. I apologize.
Yeah, they
For
were.
nothing.
I mean, they were really, looking for like field goals and not touchdowns at this point because there was like no rhythm in that offense for the Vikings, like literally none. And Fisk and Versa are exactly who we thought they were. Yes, they were talented players. They were very talented players out of the draft. And the Rams picked up some studs when they had the time to pick up studs, and they did the right thing. They went out and got guys who are capable of making a havoc in the defense in the trenches.
Minnesota didn't come to play that game. That's all that came
No.
to it.
Yeah, that
They
offense was
did
off.
not.
So
That
off
whole
sync.
team was off. Period.
We wanted.
Well,
I got to address that from Orlando there
actually,
about the Fiske and Verse. Fiske was a second rounder. The only reason why the Lions didn't get him is he was picked 2 picks ahead of us when we grabbed Rakish Straw. Had nothing to do with trading up to get him because we still had a second round pick.
I was gonna so the first time I'll say the key point with the Vikings right now. The first time they played the Rams, they lost Darisaw. If they had Darisaw for this game, it could have been different.
Could have been.
I
Yeah.
think Darisaw's performance in this game would really helped out the offensive line well,
Yeah,
I
fluently,
think they still
so
would have
fluently.
gotten. I still think they would have gotten sacks, but I don't think it would have been 9.
I don't even think that would have helped them. I think it was a psyche thing with them with the Vikings. I think there was two ranges of mind when they went into that game because they always say football is 90% mental, 10% physical. And if your mind's not in the game and you got your ass whooped by the Lions, then you go there thinking that, oh, we're going to get LA out of their stadium and we're going to have a whole bunch of people there, blah, blah, blah. But it's not about the fans. It's about how you perform out there on the field. Fans ain't going to help you play the game. And I think that's what it was with the Vikings. I think they just they said fuck it when they got there. They got a score on them immediately, and they just couldn't recover from that point.
They just didn't let the
Where's
game
Mike
come to them.
anyway?
They didn't let the game come to them. That's what it was, Bistrilla. They didn't let the game come to them.
exactly.
Where is our Vikings fan?
I
Hey,
sent
Packer
him the link.
backer. Hey, Packer backer. I got a question, man.
What's up?
How did you guys feel about losing, Christian Watson for the playoffs, for the postseason, and maybe, coming back into next season? How do you feel about losing him for that?
That it massively sucks because this was the year for him to prove that he could stay healthy because he's been injured every year that he's been in. Going into the playoff games, it was one of those, whatever, we've had to deal with him injured before, we'll roll with it. But losing everybody that we did in the receiver room for that game definitely did nobody any favors.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
Definitely can see
With Watson, hey, if he can come back healthy, great. But I'm not putting much stock into him staying healthy.
Okay. Well, we pretty much got into it. And like I said, that Washington Tampa Bay game, while somebody was surprised, I was one of the few that said Washington was winning that game.
Yeah,
I
you
think
were.
I had
Yeah.
Washington too.
I definitely believed Washington was going to come in and make a statement in that game and prove that they belong in this league. They showcased how good they were in that game.
I think the only game I was wrong on was the Texans game.
I mean, besides them not stopping the run, then yeah, they're pretty good, for a 6 seed team.
Orlando, that's true. The
Yeah.
Packers
Yeah,
don't have a
there
clear
is.
number 1 wide receiver, and that's why I think them getting somebody like T. Higgins this offseason, if he's a free agent,
Absolutely.
would be a perfect fit. And if they can't get him, Tariq Hill.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
I'd even settle for Amari Cooper. I don't really want him because of his age, but
Amari
it-
Cooper. Amari Cooper, with all the drops he had this year, you
Oh,
realize
well, yeah,
you
not
realize
we've
he
already
would
got
be-
enough drops without
I would
having
say-
him.
But
You're talking
but
about doubling Christian Watson's swats per season. That's how
but
bad he's playing lately.
I feel like Tyreek Hill can make a splash in Green Bay without a doubt.
Oh,
You know, with
I
Jordan
think
Love throwing the ball, definitely.
I
I
heard
think
Higgins was going to be a
Well-
person on if an interest in Green Bay,
Oh,
which I
no.
think would be a very good wide receiver to help them out.
I
I
actually
do.
think he's the perfect fit
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
get him
I
with
do too.
Love because he's a better route runner. Hill has like 5 routes he runs good. After that, it's screen plays and slant route. That's it.
Right,
That's all you get
right.
out of Hill. It's either a streak, the go route, the post, a slant, or a screen. That's his 5 routes. That's it.
But you know, either one of the two are great though. Both of them are good in their own way, respectively.
But
So now that you brought up Hill, I was doing some research what a potential trade would look like, and I found out that in their end of the season meeting, Hill wasn't even asking for a trade.
no, that's why I said it's crazy he wasn't asking for a trade, but he is asking to get out. He doesn't want to be traded. He just wants to be let
Yeah.
go. He wants to go somewhere where he has a chance to win again. And unfortunately, you want to know who I think snatches him up if he's a free agent? He goes right back
Kansas
to Pat
City.
Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or he sees that they're on a downhill
Hey, hey,
spiral,
hey,
and
You add Hill to that roster is Super Bowl ready again. I'm sorry.
They got, you know how many receivers they got on that roster right now that can make that makes them Super Bowl. I mean, they got just because there's people injured on that roster doesn't mean they don't have they have a full complement of receivers on there that can kick your ass any given time if they're all healthy.
But
that's
all
a
of them
fact. That's true.
aren't
They don't
consistent.
need Tyreek Hill.
Corey Patterson.
Corey.
No.
I think Tom Kennedy would be a better fit for Green Bay than Higgins or Hill. Only if they want the next Taysom Hill and a short white wide receiver.
We already had Taysom Hill. We let him go.
I know. And now, when you did and you saw what he did, you were like, at first, because he was a fantasy football god for about 3 straight years.
Mm-hmm.
Come in, play tight end, catch 2 touchdowns, go in, throw one, then run one in. And I was like, who the
I
hell is this
wanted
guy?
him as a backup, but the best thing for his career was for him to be cut by Green Bay and to go down there to New Orleans because there's no way in hell Mike McCarthy would have used him like that.
Ooh. Dan Campbell says he's cooking up a new soup for Sunday. It's Dan Campbell's whoop ass soup. But
Hey,
it is about that time. I did send it out to Uso. I don't see he hasn't showed up yet. He must be busy working tonight.
1 sec, chicken. I think Reynolds from the Broncos needs to get demoted to Green Bay.
So with that, let's take a look at this playoff picture because we're down to 4 games before we get to 2. We got the Texans versus Chiefs. We got the Ravens versus Bills. We got the Rams versus Eagles. And we got the Foreskins versus the Lions. Oh, Commanders. I'm sorry. I call them the Foreskins because they were the Redskins before. Oh, look at that. Look at the percentage of number 1 starters. This is as of December 20th for each team. Who was the 2 teams at the top?
Wow.
That was
The Lions and the Raiders.
Yes. The
The
difference is
Raiders. Really?
one of
Who did this? Oh,
Who did
starters on his reserve. Yeah, okay,
Yep.
I got you.
starters on
Yeah.
injured reserve as of December 20th. In other words, just before Christmas, before all those games were played when it first came out. That was what the injured reserves looked like across the league. You notice who's down there at the bottom?
Buffalo and
Buffalo,
Washington
Yeah.
Commanders,
and the Rams,
And
the
Washington.
Chiefs, the
Rams.
Ravens.
and then the Bills.
Eagles are up there. Vikings, Green Bay, Denver, all those are playoff teams. No playoff teams on this side though.
You know what?
Oh, there's
I
one
like
playoff
the
team
look
on
of
this
this
side.
though.
The Texans
Then you got the
And-
Chargers.
and
and the
Lions.
Steelers
You know,
Yeah, and the Lions, because we have a 31.8 on that to be exact.
But that was on as of December 20th. What was weird is that was just before a couple designations happened, and they thought David Montgomery was going on the list at that time. That was the day
Right.
that the report came out that David Montgomery wasn't hitting the IR, which would have lowered that to below 30% immediately. Because because you're talking about
Mm-hmm.
22. You take one guy off of that, ooh, that's a big drop in percentage. That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
And then the
Yeah.
next day they activated Mosley or Rakestraw, wasn't it? And Anzalone hit their 21-day activation windows like the next day.
Sounds right.
I was talking to the
Mm-hmm.
Bills fan about that the other day. He was telling me their O-line starters started every game this season. Yes, they did. 100%.
Yep.
They may have
Yep.
went out of the game at certain points with cramps or little stuff like that or a stinger,
Yeah.
but they always came back in the game. They never had one O-line starter miss a game. And that's huge. Your O line's consistent.
Yep.
Your team's going to be more consistent on offense.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure shows.
the more. Oh yeah, Bistro, go ahead.
It
Sorry.
sure showed up against when we played them. That's for sure. Their offensive line was really good in that game.
Yeah,
I mean, the way I look at it is, the more healthier you are, the more hungry you are for a championship.
didn't didn't we get 2 sacks in that game though?
No, we didn't get any sacks in that
Oh, that's
game,
right. We just got a shit ton of pressures and hurries. That's what it was.
which is
Nobody hit
nothing
home.
against. That's nothing against Josh Allen the way he was
I
playing at the
under
time. I
that.
don't
That's
even.
why I said it the way I did. I said it the way I did.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of pressures and hurries.
What game we got,
All right,
baby?
we are going to start on the AFC side. Let me bring that back up. We are going to talk. Okay.
Wait, before you do that, are we going to talk about coaching stuff?
Well, we ran a little longer than I thought we would on the review of the game, so I got to cut it short
Okay.
somewhere.
You're good. You're good. All right. You're good.
So we got Buffalo at home hosting the Ravens. Who you got? B. Strilla, your center stage.
Mm-hmm.
Look pretty for the camera, B. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I got to give him. He's gonna do that. I got to give him. I didn't know you were gonna do that. You didn't tell me.
Since uh, uh, Buffalo and oh god, why'd you got to start off with that game first?
I think it's gonna be the game of the week out of these. I really do. I got that gut feeling.
I mean, I'm not. There's no cold weather function for this game because both teams play in cold weather. They both play in open air stadiums. They're not that far away from each other either. It's not like
But
they, you know.
there is going to be more wind, and there is supposed to be snow, and lake effect snow is way different because they are west of the ocean, whereas they have that wind come right off of Lake Ontario. They're in Buffalo.
Yeah, you obviously haven't heard about the East Coast in the last three years with how much snow they got bombarded,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you Ken can tell you that too.
Oh, I
Because that whole East Coast has been bombarded with snow and storms like nothing.
Yeah, we've been getting hit like crazy here too. So
yeah, and that's Pittsburgh, who is east of or west of Buffalo.
So, I mean, the weather's not going to be a factor. If anything, that'll benefit more Baltimore because that means they'll have to run the game. They'll have a running game. They're going to run the ball, and that falls right into what they need to be doing anyway. But it's going to definitely be the MVP battle. I'm going to give it to Buffalo only because I think it's in Buffalo. Because it's in Buffalo, and those teams, Buffalo's defense, they woke up after that long-ass touchdown by Denver. They woke the fuck up. They said, oh, wait a minute now. Oh, you think you're going to get naughty and throw a touchdown on us? Okay. And they beat their ass the rest of the game. So, and the Ravens, you know, they took it to Green Bay. They took it to Pittsburgh. Sorry, Ken. They took it to Pittsburgh. And I mean, not that Pittsburgh was going to win that game anyway, the way they were rolling, but I don't know, man. That is going to be the game of the century. I'm going to give the edge to Buffalo by a field goal.
I agree. I like that take. All right. Let's see what we got next. We got Ralph. What's your take?
Well, I agree with Zilla on a couple perspectives here, but the first thing is this is going to be a dogfight because Buffalo's defense is going to have to contain both Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And if Zay Flowers is still out, they might catch a break with the wide receivers, but they have some tight ends that they can throw to. So there's a lot to be said here for this Ravens offense, and that's exactly what's going to have to happen. And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a 1 to 3 point win by somebody. Who, I don't know, but we're going to find out. It's a toss-up for me.
All right.
It's a toss-up.
Toss-up? All right.
Yep.
Let's see. We got Kitty Cat Meow.
You know.
We're number one on Huddle Sports.
You know.
I knew it.
All right, yeah, this one's going to be a shootout, and I really like the way both teams performed, especially the way the offenses performed in this past week's playoff game. And kiss my fuzzy guinea ass.
Oh, that was good, Ken. That was good.
Oh,
I just figured I had to make the picture match the voice.
We're number one again.
Poor Ken. He can never leave this shit down.
Oh,
No.
oh, don't worry. Don't worry. My time will come. Well, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, you're protecting your house again. I get you. Too close to the Bills' mob. Chicken Nugget. What's your take on this one?
Oh man, this is the battle of the MVPs, and I think this is going to be a close one. But I'm going to say Ravens over the Bills, 23-20, just like how it's going to be, how it was with the Bucks and the Commanders.
All right. Let's. I think it's going to be Wheel. It is. It's Wheel. No, you don't get the music.
Oh, man.
Hey, Will.
Hey, that's all
Will,
cold, man.
Will,
That's
Will.
all cold.
You get the cob.
Oh no, God no, God no.
Oh, JB, that is
What the hell, JB?
I'm
What
just
the
doing
hell?
shit. Hey, that was funny, and you
That
know
is
it. That
right.
one was good.
That was
Now
funny.
you creep me out. Now you didn't
It's
creep
the
me out with that
battle.
one.
It's the battle of the MVPs. But like Ralph said, you got tight ends who are really good on what both teams have really good tight ends. Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. I've got Baltimore by 3.
All right. And of course, last but not least, we have Keegan.
All right, I'm gonna bring up one key point that both of these defense didn't look good in the regular season, but now it's the playoffs. They both of the defense looked good against the Steelers and the Broncos. So everyone's saying this could be a shootout, but I think these two defenses step up. I think it's gonna be maybe like Chicken Nugget said, this is gonna be like the Buccaneers game. And I feel like it's gonna come down to the better kicker. Justin Tucker hasn't done crap this year. Now I'm taking Buffalo's kicker over Tucker.
Ooh. You're right. You are right. Justin Tucker's had an off year.
I've got the Bills winning this one. I just think they're going to find a way to limit Henry the same way they limited Audric Esteem and Javonte Williams together because neither one of them could do anything. Bo Nix almost had more yards rushing on accident. that Bills defense woke up finally. I've been waiting for that defense to play at the potential of the stars on its roster the entire season, and it woke up last week. And I
Yeah.
think that could be the difference because while the Ravens' passing game is better, they still give up passing touchdowns.
That they do.
So I think that's going to be the difference. And I think with Khalil Shakir being healthy and Keon Coleman's healthy, Amari Cooper is just there. I'm just saying that's all he's been all season. He's been just there. I think the Bills take it. All right, next up to the NFC side, we're going to do Rams versus Eagles. Who you got, Keegan?
I think teams finally figured out the Eagles, but Saquon's just way too much. I just gotta take the Eagles.
All right. Will.
I better not get cops this time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
See, now that he's all excited, you can cop him.
I think it's going to be a very interesting game, but I think Eagles pull away at the end. I say Eagles win by 10.
All right. I kind of like that take myself. We got Mr. Chicken Nugget King.
Oh, thank you. That's a beautiful intro. You know, I
Well, you
will
can get the
say,
Cobb.
hey, no, you show that. I swear, you show that. I swear, don't
Do
do
it.
that. Don't do it.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
I'm not doing it,
oh,
but I will give you the Viking beatdown. How's that?
hey, that's nice. That's nice. I love that one. Um, I will say if Matthew Stafford can get hot like he did in the Vikings game, then it's going to be trouble for the Eagles. So I'm going to definitely go in with a limb and say that the Rams are going to go into in the Eagles territory and win and get the job done and prove people wrong. Yeah.
Well, I want to remind everybody Matthew Stafford was our quarterback in Detroit. He failed a lot when it was snowing and in the 20 to 30-degree range, and that's what's predicted for this game.
Oh, it's
So
supposed to snow.
I
Wow.
don't think, yeah, I think that's going to spell
Mhm.
trouble. Kitty Can! I won't put the cat up, but here you go. This is just for you.
You know,
That's all. We're number one.
That's just for you,
now.
JB. Buddy to buddy.
you know,
No, but
Well,
with
that's better.
what-
I could have just said, but we got our stock ownership in Lambeau Field now.
That is true. Kirby Joseph is the majority owner. Didn't you know that?
wait till if we get T. Higgins. We'll see how that goes.
I know, buddy.
Whoa.
No, but with what Philadelphia showed against us, with how many times we turned that ball over and they only scored the few points that they did comparatively, I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. They put a shellacking on the Vikings. Let's see if they can do it to the Eagles.
All right. He's going with revenge for his pick. I got it.
Revenge.
Ralph,
The best.
who you got, buddy?
Best dish.
well, I got the Eagles in this game at home. Yeah. So
Plain
I
and
think
simple.
the
Nice.
Eagles win
Right.
30-10.
30 to 10.
Ooh.
Wow. Whoa,
Wow.
but he's saying it ain't even going to be close. He's saying they're getting
Nope.
an ass whooping on him. I love it.
BTA, JB.
Peace Trilla.
Well, I was not impressed by the Eagles win over the Packers. Was not at all. They pretty much contained Saquon most of that game until the end. I think he got 100 yards, like what, in the fourth quarter. I can't remember what it was. It is close, yeah. So I mean, I wasn't impressed with that. And the Packers have pretty good defense. I think it's almost on the same level as what the Rams have. Rams might be playing with a little bit more fire. I don't care about the weather either. Stafford's played out in the cold before, he's playing and whatever. I'm gonna give that one. I'm gonna give it to LA for the upset.
Nice. Okay. I, on the other hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and be center stage for a change.
Go copy yourself. No, I'm kidding.
No, but I will do that. That's kind of cool. Thank you, little brother. You made that one.
I haven't seen
You
that
know,
one in ages.
I just remember when we went to Denver in the middle of winter and it was 25 degrees and there was some snow, but no wind. He's on 4 times in the game. I remember going to Green Bay in the snow and that team had colored jerseys on and 2 or 3 picks every time we went there in the winter. And we'd lose those games. And I know that's still that quarterback that plays for the Rams in an indoor stadium going to a game where it's going to be snow on the field. And I think it's going to affect him in his throwing. I got the Eagles winning by 7.
I want to add on too. Plus, just if the Rams do win, as a Lions fan, do we want to go deal with that drama again? I'd rather not.
I do not give a fuck who we play. I don't care if it's
Either way.
Philadelphia. I don't care if it's the Rams. I don't care who the fuck we play. We're
I
going
mean,
to
but
the
it
Super Bowl. It don't
it's
make a
just
difference.
it's just like Michael Huck said, Rams Lions in the NFC Championship game, so they can throw more fuel onto the who won the Stafford and Goff trade debate. I think that's what it's more so going to be likely if that does happen. But I don't even want to go through that. I mean, I want the Rams to win, but I don't want to go through that task again. All it's just going to do is bring a lot of Lions fans and Rams fans, bickering back and forth about the debate again.
I think the teams
that
need
don't
to take
happen
it
on a
week
normal
by week.
Yeah. All right.
Jeremy, I have to leave. I'm on with Blake tonight at 10:30.
Yep,
So
no problem. You
I
go
will
ahead
talk
and
to
take care
everybody
of
later.
that.
Please don't forget to check me out on my
See you,
YouTube
Ralph.
channel, and please subscribe, and also on my Twitter X platform. Also, don't forget to follow me there as well. Thank you. Have a
Ralph,
great
Good night,
night.
Ralph.
You too, Ralph. Thanks
real,
for being here, man.
real quick before you bounce out. Chiefs, Texans, who you got?
I take the Chiefs.
All right. And Lions, Commanders.
Lions.
All right. At least we got his picks in. You have a great day. Go check out RW Media on YouTube and rwmedia.com where you can get all of your Ralph
And I'll
Williams
see you Saturday,
material.
Jeremy, for the External Bum Show.
Yes, sir.
We're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter X platforms, and right here on the Huddle Sports Network as well. And it's myself, Scott Morganroth, Leo Haggerty, and Jeremy Ballrick. So we're gonna have a good time, the bad and the ugly
Love
about
seeing
this
you,
season.
man.
So
Great
have
to
a
see
great
you.
one.
All right. And then there were 6. Bistrilla, we're up to you.
For
The Texans versus Chiefs.
As much as I can't stand the Chiefs, Houston's rolling the Arrowhead. That's going to be a trap game for Houston. They're just going to be screwed. They're screwed. I just don't see them winning that game. I just don't. So I'll give it to Kansas City.
All right. Kitty Ken.
Yeah. I really want Houston to win. And that last game that they just put out was impressive comparatively to what they've been showing. But until Kansas City's out of it, I'm unfortunately going to pick Chief Frog Throat.
This message was brought to you by the Huddle Sports Network and Kitty Ken. All right, Chicken Nugget. How you doing, my buddy? Look at that.
I'm doing good.
Is that a good one? Is that a good one? Is that okay?
Oh, that's a hell of a one. I love that one.
Okay.
Hey, okay, now it's at least it's not the corner of the cob. Anyways,
Do it,
Robin.
No.
I will say the Chiefs will win this game, because Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce is Travis Kelce. What more can you say? It's like B. Striller said, Texans are set up for a trap in this game. And many have expected them to come in and upset, but I think this is going to be a trap, and the Chiefs will walk away with the win and go to the AFC Championship game.
Hey, and they got Taylor Swift.
Oh, they do.
And
They
3
do.
extra
Taylor Swift too.
million. 3 extra million. So
Nice of you to remember.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
damn it.
dude, no.
Hey, I made you minimize it.
No.
It wasn't directed at you. It wasn't directed at you, Chicken Nugget. I pulled you off the center screen. You know what? Taylor Swift has got that evil voodoo magic, and this is what Kelsey's game has looked like this year.
Hey, you get scraped enough, you'll lose enough blood to look like that too.
I know. It's bad. I always said she's
Is that Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Was that Taylor Swift?
I mean,
It's a bony ass chick.
I mean, that's just the Taylor Swift
That's
effect.
That's what all the NFC North fans are standing on right here is Taylor Swift. Hey, I've called her a carpenter's nightmare ever since the first time I seen her destroy like 3 different guys in a row. She's flat as a board and warp.
That was funny.
But at the same time, Will,
It's not even flat.
who you got in this game? Texans versus Chiefs.
Like Bastrilla and Chicken Nugget said, to quote Admiral Akbar, "Hey, it's Leonard. He appeared." To quote Admiral Akbar from Star Wars, "It's a trap. Give me the Chiefs."
There you go. Yeah. It's a drop.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Who the hell can eat a corn on a cob like that? Seeing Caleb on the St. Brown podcast confirmed how really sweet Caleb really is.
He was on
Yes,
their
it
show.
did.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
he was
that.
on their podcast last
Yeah.
week. You got to watch it.
Did they ask him about the
Well, no,
corn on the cob?
No, they didn't ask him, but you can tell he's got a little sugar in his tank. That's all I got to say.
They asked him about. So I keep seeing clips. They asked him about some catfish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Keegan, who does Keegan have in this game?
You know, my Bears love it. My Bears record went great. Now my Chiefs record is starting. I'm taking the Chiefs in hopes the Texans win.
All right, we got you. So
I
you're
love
going
it,
with
Keeg.
the reverse
I love
juju.
the reverse.
You're sticking with the
psychology,
reverse
Keeg.
juju. You're taking your losses. in
Good
your
call,
stats
Keegan. Good call.
Just to make a loss happen in real life. I dig it. I'm taking the Chiefs until I see Pat Throat Mahomes get off of the ball.
Pat Throat Mahomes.
I don't need him
Mahomes.
getting off.
Patrick Mahomes here.
Kermit.
He
Exactly.
might have the Jerry Sandusky effect at some point.
Wow.
That was
Damn.
good. That gets a laugh. Oh,
I
we're
really
good.
hate to be a ball boy in chicken.
I would have said Arizona's got in here, but this is their coaching staff.
Especially
But Arizona
Kyler.
didn't make the playoffs, as usual. Well, last but not least, we have the Commanders at the Lions. Statistically, yards per game total for these teams, they're 16 yards apart. Rushing defense, I think, is the difference in this game, and I'm going to leave it at that. The Lions are 4th, and the Commanders are 30th. Who do you got in this game, Keegan?
You know, Commander's secondary is not really great.
No.
I feel like this is going to be a passing game and with a mix with the run. I feel like everyone on the offense is just gonna go off. So I gotta take the Lions.
Yeah, I think Jimmo could have a breakout game. A really
Buddy
big game.
Chiquito! Look at Keegan, man.
Hey, Keegan got the moves, bro. He got the moves.
He's gonna get Orlando all excited up in here.
Only if he
Will,
shows titties.
Will, here you go.
Keegan hit the nail on the head.
There you go.
Really poor.
Is that a little better?
Nice.
And
A
look,
lot
it
better.
doesn't say Vikes in the background; it says Vigs, like badges.
Stupid AI. Vigs. It's the Vigs. Their run defense is terrible, and their secondary is very abysmal. I got the Lions, and you will see a score prediction on Friday.
Yes, you will, because that's when we do it. The Lions Fan Cave Chat. Everybody knows about that show at 9 p.m. that watches
Oh,
this
by
channel.
the way, JB, before we end the show, remember Patty wants the Lions.
Oh, I ain't
victory,
forgot. We're almost there. Chicken nugget. Let's see. I gotta
Hey.
find you something cool. Oh, yeah, this is it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I love that. I love that. That's the big three. But yeah, man, I can't wait. I just can't wait for this game Saturday. I'm gonna be co-streaming this game on Lions Nation Unite. Don't forget to watch. But yeah, this game, we're definitely gonna go into this game and win. 42-17 to be exact. You know, the Lions won again, in the words of G Mac Cash. And let's do it, man. Let's beat the Commanders and move on to the NFC Championship game and have it at Ford Field, baby. Yeah.
42-17. Jeez.
Yeah, baby.
That'd be crazy cool.
Oh, 42-17. I kind of like it. Plus, Commanders' overrated schedule. Yeah, it wasn't as overrated as the Eagles. I'll tell you that. Kitty Ken, who you got, meow?
Oh, I think for that, I think I'm going with the old one-eyed turtlenecks in this one. We're gonna lull them to a win.
Boo.
Hey, Ken.
You know that.
When was the last time your team was in Titletown?
Huh?
I said, when was the last time your team was in Titletown?
The 2010 season in 2011.
Yeah, you beat the Steelers in AT&T.
I know. I was just hoping you'd reminisce back to that time.
I mean, yeah, there is 6 seed teams. There is 6 seed teams that did succeed and make the playoffs and win it all for sure. There is. But, you know, overall, dude, I just got to say, we're winning this. I don't care.
All right. Beastrilla, the Thriller. Just for you. They not like us.
That's right. They not like us. They ain't like us. No 31. None of them 31 teams are like us. Nope. That's who's gonna win. I ain't gotta say anything else because we already know the offense is gonna be doing what they gotta do. So, and AG will have that defense up. I think he's actually gonna have a spy in this game. He's gonna do some stuff because you got to remember something. He's got quarterbacks that he's gonna be facing in the future that are all running quarterbacks. He's got Jalen Hurts if they win. He's got Lamar. He's got who else? Josh Allen. Yeah, he's got Kermit the Frog. So I mean, he's got to get prepared for that for the Super Bowl. So he might be dibbling and dabbling like Ben Johnson was with the offense earlier in the year. Hopefully that doesn't come back and burn us, but I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to do some experiments.
Nice. Jimmy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I was like...
Sorry, I was answering a text. I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Lions winning. I don't think it's going to be a massive blowout, but I don't think it's going to be a close game either. I think it's going to be like one of those 8 to 10 point wins. At most, barely a double-digit win. I think it's something like we're going to score like 34 points to their 24.
You read my mind.
And I think I just feel like it's that type of game. Our trick plays fool so many people it isn't funny. We've made the Packers look silly, the Vikings look silly, the Rams look silly. We made Dallas look worse than they were, and they were bad. We made the Jags and Titans look like a high school team.
Well, they were.
Well, yeah, but that's the side point. I mean, I think Bishop Sycamore could beat the Jags and Titans this year. and that team doesn't exist.
Although Minnesota kind of showed that they could, make them look like a professional football team.
And it's really about the fans. The fans are going to come into Ford Field, and they're going to take over and make it really fucking hard for the Commanders to think straight.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Patty's birthday gift. As a request, here you
You
go.
should go solo.
Ford down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 go hard, win this game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory.
Go!
Lions!
Lions!
Happy birthday,
I know
Patty.
you hate hearing that song. Kitty Ken's like, I hate this fucking song.
I was gonna.
Honestly, before
He's like the only.
before I was on this show, I never heard that song before.
That is the,
Why
because you
would you,
never
Ken?
paid attention.
Why would you?
I was gonna
Hey.
say
Yeah,
I never paid
you
attention
never
to the
attended
Lions.
Ford Field
Really.
for a Packer game,
Hey,
right? You never attended. You've never attended Ford Field
No.
for a Packer game yet,
Yeah,
right?
no.
That's why. That's why. Because that's what's saying after every
Hey,
touchdown.
Jeremy,
They don't
know
play.
what
They don't play it that loud if the Packers are playing at Ford Field and they sing that song, they usually cut the break. But in the meantime, when you go to Lambeau Field and Green Bay scores a touchdown, you hear that stupid ass Todd Rundgren song all the time when they're jumping up in the damn stand.
Jeremy, you know what the
Get on my
Vikings
goddamn
theme
nerves.
you know what the Vikings theme song should be? Backwards down the field, another sack we give up today.
No, another sack that we will yield. Make it Brian. Come on, no.
I want to add something to
Hey.
be. I feel like and Glenn has something to prove going forward now because
How dare you.
he's getting all these interviews for head coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Teams are going to be looking at him and Johnson very closely right now.
Oh, absolutely. The one thing I want to say, Jeremy B, I mean, going into the NFC Championship game, that would be the most emotional game for every Detroit Lions fan in the stands and even at home watching. That would be
Oh, hell
very
yeah.
emotional. Very emotional. And not only it would be emotional, but it would bring out more passion and it would drive me, you, B. Strilla, and Keegan and any other Lions fan to the point where we're like, you know what? We have to win this game and we got to do it for the rest of the guys that haven't been here. And, for the past, present, whatever, we got to do it for them. It's only right.
That's right. Because I reported at Ford Field.
Oh, that's sick.
That's
That is
awesome.
Yeah.
Did you go to that game when they did the fan viewing at Ford Field for the Dallas game? Chicken Nugget, did you go down there?
I didn't get the chance to, but this is what I want to say though. I will be at the watch party for the Super Bowl. We go to the Super Bowl, I will be at the watch party.
Oh yeah.
I will be there. I will be at the watch party. You should be there too.
Hey, there you are, Joey.
I will definitely try. I think even B might try to be there at Ford Field for the Super Bowl watch party.
Yeah, Strilla.
Ken, you want to
come on down?
I'm going some fucking where
Hey,
I can go out
Joey,
into the
I
middle
sent
of
you the link.
Detroit in a city there, and because I know some of you are a little bit young, so you don't understand the '84 World Series championship the Tigers had. That got a little ruckus. That's baseball, though. This city runs on football.
Oh yeah.
And you want to see them people out there acting nuts? Watch the Lions win the Super Bowl. Be in downtown for a couple of seconds and then get the fuck out.
it's gonna be a ruckus, man. It's gonna be 1,000% ruckus, But I just want us to give back to the players that just couldn't make it for this, man. That couldn't play here.
And I'm pumped for if Detroit makes the Super Bowl, but the team needs to realize 1 week at a time. Can't jump
Oh,
ahead.
it's definitely 1 week at a time, no doubt about it. But going to the Super Bowl and you're the Detroit Lions, that's
Oh no,
something
I
people would be
know.
shocked about. You know what I'm saying? That's some shocking thing.
No,
Like,
I know. Trust
come
me.
on.
I know. I
But
love my
we're
influence.
made for it. We're made for it, and we're built for it. I mean,
Mhm.
we deserve it.
So
And Dan Campbell is our Sparky Anderson. Let's just keep that real, football wise.
Go ahead, Keith.
I was going to say, with potentially Hutch coming back for the NFC Championship, and he comes out and plays great, this whole team's going to be motivated to get to that Super Bowl with Hutch, no matter what.
Amen.
I just got that feeling we're going to find out after he gets his 21-day activation window. And the reason why
Oh
it's
yeah.
after Saturday is because you can't play him if it happens actually after Friday. I think that's the day they're going to do it if they do it. I think it'll be just before the game.
Are you speaking of like right after the divisional round?
No, I'm saying like right before the divisional round, we're going to hear that he was activated for his 21-day activational window, but he
Okay.
can't play
Okay.
because it's after Friday. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Okay.
it's got to be Friday because you got to be activated the 24 hours prior to the game on 4 p.m. the
Okay.
day before. So that's why I'm
I mean
saying
that.
like 4 hours before the game, they're going to say, "Yep, Hutch is ready to go for next week. We're going to put him in the 21-day window."
Okay. Hey, that's
Yeah.
fair enough. That's fair enough.
I don't know, Andrew. He's
Hey, Hutch
progressing
wants to
ahead
be
of
there, dude.
schedule.
Hutch is
Yeah, he wants to be
he
there.
definitely wants to be there, man. He's like, you can't win this without me. You can't win
And
this without me.
also,
There
he's
is no way
progressing a
we can't do it.
lot
We need.
faster.
Mhm. Hutch even said it.
Did you
He wants to be there. He wants to see the boys
Yeah.
there, and then he'll be there.
what was it? Did you see how Hutch was running down that field when he was on the sideline?
Yeah, when
Oh,
Kadeem Muhammad got his sack.
yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh, I was at that
that's
game.
showing something.
I was at that game, and let me tell you, everybody got so fucking loud when Hutch got showed on the Titantron. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was super loud.
You gonna get a Hutch jersey?
I might.
And I loved it.
I already got a.
I lost my voice that day.
What
I
did you
lost
say,
my
Keith?
voice.
I just got a Laporta.
Oh,
Well,
nice. What color?
When did I want to know when Campbell already hinted at it because I didn't hear that in the presser today. I heard that Barnes won't be back. I heard a lot of people won't be back. All I heard was Hutch was close.
yeah.
And buddy, as fans, I ain't worried about it.
Right.
We don't have to look at one game at a time. That's the Lions' job. That's what their job is, and I know they're going to do that. Us as fans, fuck all that shit.
We don't
want
give a
the Super
fuck.
Bowl.
We don't give a fuck. Hey, my bad for the language, Smoker Jeremy B, my
That's
bad.
all right. That's all right. We don't give a fuck here. Do we? Because they not like us. That being said,
That's
we
right.
have gotten through everything. Ken, tell everybody how they can find you.
You can find me every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Central or 11 a.m. Eastern for the Ken and Ken Morning Show. Friday nights, you can find me at Frozen Tundra Kiss My Ass Network. And the Frozen Tundra Show is at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you got the Red Zone Rant Sunday at 10 a.m. Central and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Okay. Buddy Kinkito, nobody's asking for Goff to be hurt, so I don't know what you're bringing that up for.
Yeah, that's dark.
Okay, Chicken Nugget, tell everybody where they can find you now.
Well, you can find me at Cash Jizzle 2, Chicken Nugget King 313 on Twitter. On TikTok, Chicken Nugget King 76. Well, on Twitter, Chicken Nugget King 313, aka Cash Jizzle on Twitter. TikTok, you can find me at Chicken Nugget King 76. And you can find me on Lions Nation Unite with Dosa Dion, Everything King, Herman Moore, Spinny, Easy, all my guys over there. Love that crew. Love that crew. Um, and also, you can definitely find me on YouTube at Chicken Nugget King 313. I'm at 278 subscribers. And B
Congrats,
Strilla,
man.
thank you. I love you, brother. Hey, and please keep on singing "They Not Like Us" for us.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't even want to bring up Goff. I don't want to bring up Goff. You know what? Fans are allowed to be overconfident. The team's not. There's a big difference, buddy. Tito. The team is doing it right, and that's why we have the confidence we do in them. You know, even Packer fans have come in and said, I think it's the Lions Super Bowl to lose in the chat today on my noon show. And I think they're right. You know, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that I'm hearing fans of other teams in our division say that. We've never heard talk like this before. Never in my lifetime. And Ken just picked the Commanders because I was being a dick all show.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's why you get the kitty.
No, get it right.
See,
That's why he is the kitty.
Kitty King.
We're number one.
I know you don't like overconfidence, but at the same time, I have never been more confident in this team in my lifetime than I am right now. Packers don't mean it, LOL. You saw him nodding when I said it because I've heard him say it on the Ken and Ken show. He said it this morning, and I wasn't even on the show. Because Ken, the Bear fan, was talking shit a little bit. Well, maybe we'll have the Lions join us on the couch and watch the playoff from home. You said it's the Lions Super Bowl to lose at this point.
Yeah, I really see it being them versus the Bills.
And Andrew, yeah, the Vikings are not. This is the problem that fans of other teams are not connecting on. When we said that, all that the monikers, they ain't like us. That is true. We are not like any of the 31 teams.
No, because it's next man up.
Always. The Lions are not going to lose the focus that they're not the ones that are overconfident. It's the fans that are overconfident.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because they've given us that confidence. So don't take the overconfident toward the Lions. The Lions are doing business. That's their job. We're over here just making sure. I'm sure Ken can tell you all the times when Green Bay was winning, and they would be saying the same thing.
That's exactly why I kind of try to preface a bit when I'm talking to Lions fans about it. Is don't think that the Super Bowl is pretty much already there. That all you got to do is play with how well you're playing right now. Because unfortunately, as Packer fans will tell you, the playoffs, you have no idea how the fuck that game's going to go.
Oh yeah. You know, it takes 100% confidence.
I'm not taking anything away from you saying that. I'm just saying it is a friendly warning of what I've gone through.
Yeah. I think it's 100% confidence, and it's not just only the 90% mental or the 10% physical. It's more so like, the confidence has to be 100, and you got to be ready. At any given moment, at any given time, even each quarter there is, in the possessions that you got on the field. But us as fans, I think we're confident and we're good with that. It's just the players; they're just ready and they already know what to do. They got to handle their business the way they want to handle their business. So it's up to them practically for making it.
Lions to the Super Bowl. I love
Hey,
it.
definitely one pride.
Yeah. That being said, Will, tell everybody about your channel.
I do or did sports cards. I do comic books, whatever. And then I'm here on Wednesdays and Fridays with JB.
All right. Confidence and some luck going your way. You know, we've had that, and I think the Lions will win. I believe in Dan Campbell. I believe in the staff. You know, say what you want. We're just built different. We've never seen a team be this injured and still win more games than they lost. It's never happened before, has it, Ken?
I mean, Green Bay's 2010 team was very close with that number.
But not at that
not-
point.
Yeah.
And
not
not the
that
level
number.
of starters we had missing.
Oh, we were
Yep.
missing a lot of starters that year.
Yeah, you were. I remember that.
Oh, yeah. It was the one year we actually had a real defense.
Yep. Ooh. Excuse me. I think it's Key. Yeah.
Yeah, it is me.
Hey,
And it's
Jeremy B.
Thriller with
Hey,
Benson.
Jeremy B. I gotta say, dude, we're ready for this. You're right. It's not just we're built for this. We're ready for this. You know, we are this. We are that. We are the team that's gonna be, feared, in the future and even beyond. We are that for sure.
The Lions are already feared.
And no, the NFC North, the other teams that had winning records have not performed well this playoff. And thank you, Philip Kerrigan, and that's a Packer fan saying, hopefully the Lions can carry the torch.
Oh, yeah. And I'll vouch for Philip. He's a real deal Packer fan. It's not just somebody that says, oh, yeah, I'm a fan. He's a legit thoroughbred Packer fan.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I think there's Packer fans and Packer backer. You can say this as well. You guys been to the mountaintop plenty of times. You guys know what it's like to, see it all and do it all. So for you guys to pass the baton over to us, we got to take that and run with it. Now it's our time. Now it's our turn to take care of the North. You had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Matter of fact, 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks who got championship rings, and they know what it takes to win those rings. So trust me, it's all about experience. When you get there and you make it happen.
Yep.
And I want to say thank you to you, Philip Kerrigan, for saying that. And I've seen you in and out of these chats of all the shows I've ever been on the Huddle Sports Network all year. You talked your shit when you could, but you also came back and said congratulations when we won. You may not have said much else because you weren't happy about it, but you at least came back and said that in the losses, and I give you kudos for that.
Yep.
Because there wasn't a lot of fans who did that.
Yep.
John Dorn.
Right.
You're expecting him to say anything.
I was going to say that's like asking for a waterfall in the desert.
And you might get that before you get anything from
Oh, you already know what it is. But smoking Jeremy B, I gotta let you know, dog. We here, man. This is that chance, man. This is that time where we gotta go and get it now, man. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We gotta go get it. We got to. You know it, and I know it for sure.
I know you're not Paul Merkel. Yeah, that's what I'm giving you credit for. And I swear, if that man could have a correct take more than once a year, it would be amazing. He writes a take every day, and it's like every day I was like, man, just keep telling us we're going to lose. Every time you say we're going to lose, the game he told us we were going to win, we lost. That was Tampa Bay. Remember that kid? He goes, I don't think Tampa Bay can win in Detroit.
Yeah.
Wow, he actually said that.
Is he speaking on week 2, the week 2 game?
Yeah, he was talking about the week 2 game.
That game was
everything he said was wrong, and he goes, they said there. He goes, I wouldn't be surprised if they play the Bills tough, but I still expect them to lose, and he was right about that. So he got 2 of them right all year.
And that was a close game though. 20-16. That was a close game, but we just couldn't pull it off. We just couldn't finish through.
Yeah.
We couldn't finish the fight that game. That was week 2 though. This is playoffs, different atmosphere. I guess everyone's dancing right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about dancing. Yeah, Dan Campbell has never used excuses when we lose. He's a class act. That's right. Yeah, he doesn't blame the refs. You matter of fact, when a bad call happens and we lose, what has he came out and said in the presser? He's talked shit. He literally said, "Yeah, I'll get the customary Tuesday email saying, oh, we're sorry we fucked up.'" He goes, "Nothing I can do about it now. It sucks we lost, but it's over." And he's right. That's the way coaches should handle it. Talk, make fun of it, talk a little shit, and move on. Don't dwell on it. If you dwell on it, it festers. The only thing he's done is look at everything in the past and he says, okay, we're about breaking streaks this year. And I loved it when we lost to the Bills after winning 11 straight. He gets on 97-1 the ticket, and this guy's berating him for losing the win streak. And he goes, I'm sorry. Guys in the studio, fans listening at home, I'm sorry. We can't win 11 games again this season in a row. Because it's week fucking 14. You know, I love Dan Campbell because he's that guy. He's that bold. He's that blunt. But
He's very honest. Very
yeah,
honest.
and he has these guys ready to run through a wall. I think that's the one thing everybody noticed. I've heard other podcasters of other teams talk about he's got this team where they believe in him and they believe in what he does. John Gruden talked about the fourth down situations that everybody else clowns him for. He goes, I love what Dan Campbell does on fourth down. He goes for it 31% of the time of the year and makes it 76% of the time. If you're making it 76% time and you're only wrong less than 25%, you're doing something right. He goes for it so much in practice and so much in game situations that his guys don't question it. They just do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, when Dan Campbell cussed on that live interview on 97.1 the ticket,
97.
it had everybody fired up, bro. It had everybody lit up, just fired up, just ready to go. You know, like 100%.
Where are we at?
I like how some fans in their place with the moldy bread speech. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you everybody for watching. We've had 54 people on here. We've had lots of chats, lots of interactions. I've seen some new fans in here, new faces, new names that I haven't noticed. Even on the Lions side of the field on fourth down, and made it more often than not. That's the crazy thing. Remember what was it, 4th and 8 on the 18 versus the Chiefs in week 1 of the previous season? We go for it and get it on a fake. Who was that got that? It was somebody that got hurt. Was that CJ Moore or was it JRM? It was CJ Moore, wasn't it?
I think it was No, it was a linebacker. I think it was JRM.
Okay.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
But try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. I want to say thank you to all our guests. Ralph, who else popped out? No, that's just it. It was just us, wasn't it? Because Joey didn't show up. Slacker. No, I'm just playing. But thank you, Ken, because I forgot to send you the link and you still showed up and I appreciate it.
Look at that. You just
Hey, I'm always on time.
Yeah, you are. And I want to say I kind of had a feeling that the Packers may fall flat because I thought the loss of Christian Watson was bigger than anybody realized.
Mm-hmm.
I stated
Well,
on
it also
Ken's
helps
show
if
the
you don't throw
Vikings.
three interceptions.
Well, it also helps when you
No, this
don't
is
lose
great.
the other two receivers too.
Wait,
Right.
guys. Phil Kerrigan has a great
Turbo
comment.
Duran, it's all about LA and the LA Dodgers. Hey, good to see you, Turbo. Thanks for hopping in. But everybody have a great evening. Enjoy your week. Get ready. We got 4 games to watch. And, technically, when they're slated, all of them are a prime time. I like Kiki Hernandez. They said they just mad because they ain't us. Yeah. When
Mhm.
you say that, it's the same way we feel about our Lions. We're built different because they not like us.
They
Good
not
night,
like us.
everybody.
All right, real quick, JB, you guys can find me here Wednesdays and Fridays, and now recently you can find me on One Ass Cheek and Three Tails.
Woohoo! Another guy on the show. Good job there, B. Strilla, with your one ass cheek and 3 shows every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Is that right?
I haven't even been on that show yet, but I need to visit that show for sure. Like I visit my
Then
I
boy
do
Smoking
too.
Jeremy B show.
I'm gonna have to send you an invite then, and that goes for you too, Will. Actually, Friday at 7:00. And we're gonna
Is
do it
that a
Saturday.
YouTube show?
7:00 on Friday. Yes.
I am taking
So
some time off on Thursday nights right now, but if something comes up and it's something worth talking about, it's some big news, I'll do a breaking news show for you about that time, about 9 p.m., because that's the
JB,
free
I've
slot.
got something to tell you guys after the show, but yeah,
Okay.
good night,
I just wish you would have waited and said it
Oh,
after the
after
everybody.
the
show.
show.
But thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a great night, everybody. And those of you in the playoffs, good luck.